This town is known as Strykow, and a lot of people have heard of Strykow now who wouldn't have heard of it before, because it's a tiny town with probably only about 1,000 people or so in it. But it is now at the end of this phase of the major road going east-west in Europe, when it stops being a motorway. And of course the result of that is that, especially now, which is Friday evening, it's just north of Łódź as well, the city of Łódź, would you believe it? And that was a pun, by the way. Just showing you some of the architectural delights of Strykow. That's it's an interesting sort of piece of architecture, actually, that gatehouse. One thing that you can say, if you're in a queue going through a place like this, is at least you see some details. That's where I am drawing some filming, you can see there. And then there's another one up here, another nice interesting piece of architecture. Here, notice pizzeria and fast food. Half the signs up in Polish are actually in English. This shows you that all of this money for this has been given by the European Union, so thanks for that, Europeans. Brzeziny is the name of the river that we're just crossing. It's not very big. Can you see it? Oh, I don't think you can see it really. Maybe that side. We can't really see it. And there you've got this lovely other piece of church architecture on that side. And I think this may well actually be where I'm supposed to turn right, isn't it? This may be the place where I'm actually supposed to turn right. ZS is the sign for a Szczecin based motor car. EL, as on that boat, as on that bus, is from Łódź. You can see that as the bus moves forward, I'll be able to see the. Oh, I was supposed to turn that way. I'm not allowed to go this way. I'll get back on it somehow. And there's a further piece of interesting architecture. That way. At least it enables you to correct your mistake quite easily. So you see the back of this place. Interesting colours on that. Yes, this is quite correct. This one is quite correct. And nobody knows this cut through, except they will now because it's going on the internet. That's the fire brigade, by the way, in Strykow. And it's by the fire brigade that you have to go for the cut-off, which you don't even see on the map. But it's a lot better than the one you actually got on the map. Okay. A little bit of filming of nice things along the way. There's now Brzeziny, which is quite a sizable settlement, probably about, I don't know it from memory, but it's probably in the region of about somewhere between 6,000 and 10,000 people, judging by this, roughly by the size of it. And here, the little road that we took from Strykow joins the main road linking Łódź, which is Poland's second city, to the Warsaw-Katowice road, and hence this also has quite heavy traffic. But what we have now is that the main road from Strykow, which I avoided, going down a country lane, which is straight as a die, the main road to Strykow is just coming out here, and that's full of buses, Transport International Routier, which is TIR, the big lorries or trucks that cross Europe. And of course that means that we've now got an absolute situation where we're back in the queue again, but there's nothing that we can really do about that. But I probably put myself about 15 to 20 minutes ahead of the game by the little country lane which I showed you a little while ago. I don't see why YouTube users shouldn't be allowed to cross Poland quicker than other people, so I'm giving some of my little secrets away that only local people usually know. But the reason why I know them is that I'm a sort of like inveterate experimenter with different roads, and so that's why I know these things, even though I'm not local to this area at all. But at least every time I try and look out for something different, and so I think that's one of the tenets of what they call NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, is to do things differently in order to get a different result. People have a tendency to be lazy and do things the same way all the time, not experiment, but to stick to their comfort zone, and that's why you end up with things like traffic queues, of course, in the end, because if people did things in a much more variant way, then things would get spread out over time. People wouldn't all be trying to get home at the same time of day on a Friday night from a different part of the country, and people wouldn't all be trying to use the same roads. But that's what human beings basically are, and that's what we have to deal with. Okay, so this is just a nice few shots of a town pretty much in the bang in the middle of this country, Poland, and the sights that you see through the camera now are just fairly commonplace, just very typical of what small towns in Poland can look like. The number in the car ahead is EBR. It doesn't mean he's inebriated, it means Brzeziny, which is this place. Okay. Do I have that R? That's not bad, is it? More of the R, that just about shows it. Not bad. Just for the architecture, I'm just filming this for the architecture. It's an interesting sort of corner, all boarded up. Not allowed to walk down there. He is anyway. Anarchist. Oh. Vulcanization. That's where they change you into Dr. Spock if your tyres have worn down. Interesting tree. This might be the last bit of film I get to do on this journey, because the light is getting worse and worse all the time. See the odd farmhouse here on the right and on the left. That's pretty rural. And as you can see, we're just 20 miles away from Rawo-Mazowiecki, just coming out of the place called Yhov, which is Polish for the place of hedgehogs. Apparently there were a lot of hedgehogs there when human beings first arrived in that place, and so they called it the place of hedgehogs, or Jeżów in modern Polish.